Hello again. So in this video I was going to talk a little bit more about what happened to us, as we, progressed, and what happened to my family, and once we got established and everything. My mom, she met a few more guys around, or throughout my, while I was still a minor, before I moved out. Around ninth grade, she met this guy that was a maintenance man in the apartment complex at the Section 8 housing that we were living at. And he ended up, I'm not even sure the extent of the relationship, that him and my mom had, but she never married him or anything. I think she was just, I don't know. I don't even know if they even were intimate or what, because I don't think she really liked the guy that much. I didn't like him at all. But anyway, so we move into these other apartments, and he was basically supporting us, or we got off welfare. And then this guy, Clayton was his name. Okay, so he decides that me and my brother should go to private school. So, we've been in public school for all these years, and in public school they don't really, they give you homework and stuff, but it's a lot easier to get through public school, not even hardly trying, than it is, because they'll just push you through pretty much, if you just sort of meet a basic satisfactory, performance or whatever. So anyway, in my sophomore year, I get sent to Catholic school again. And oh my god, dude. So there's 3 times the homework that I ever got in public school. And I already have a learning disability, or I don't know, I'm gonna say that I believe that I'm on the autism spectrum, or Asperger's. I'm pretty sure from what I've watched of women on YouTube, girls and women explaining what it's like for them. It seems like that's what's been going on with me, but it's just been undiagnosed, anyway, so that year, oh my god, so every time my report card came, I was getting grounded for weeks at a time. And I tried, but I had a really hard time sitting through all those hours of school. And then and because I'm actually more of a morning person, where I'm more alert and stuff in the daytime, I felt it was just impossible for me to concentrate by the end of the when you get home from school, now you got 2 or 3 hours of homework. It's really, so I failed just miserably. I was suicidal that year. I wanted to run away. I was suicidal, every time my report card came, I was, grounded, and oh my god, it was absolute hell. So anyway, that was probably one of the worst years of my life. So anyway, around, okay, so their relationship broke up, after just not very long after, like as soon as we were done with that year of school, I think my mom was probably done, or she had started dating another guy, and I didn't, I didn't even know what, I think she was probably seeing this guy in secret, Clayton didn't even know about it. So, anyway, so there I go again, I'm drawing a blank. Okay, so then my mom moves, we move again. We moved to a different, we were still in the same area, but we just moved outside of town, 18 miles or something, kind of out in the, out in the boonies. No, anyway, so, okay, so then we get put back into public school, and now my mom's seeing this new guy. I'm about 16 or 17 when they met. So, and it was I liked the guy, he didn't try to, he wasn't pushy or, or trying to be my dad, he more or less stayed out of any kind of, parenting, or attempted parenting, he just kind of stayed out of it and let my mom just deal with whatever. Anyway, so then I get sent to we get sent back to public school, and oh my god, it was hell, because I don't know why my mom did this, but she decided that we should go to a high school that was it was way the hell out there. We had to travel, we had to get up extra early, to get ready for school, because we had to drive over 20 miles just to get to school, and they decided that my brother, who's younger than me, he got the car, or he was able to get a car, and so I just rode to school with my brother every morning. But it was hell for me, because I was school was boring for me, and I just okay, so the first 3 classes every day, I would sleep through. I literally would be passed out. I couldn't even stay awake. So I'd be failing those first 3 classes, and until I woke up, later in the day, So anyway, okay, so yeah, during high school, or I had to go to summer school probably 3 times, or 2 or 3 times, because I was just failing so bad, or I had to get those credits made up or whatever, so that was, it gave me the message that I'm okay, so I must have low IQ. I just assumed that, I'll never be able to succeed at anything, and I must be, I'm just inadequate. And of course my mom reinforced that for me too. She was quite her and my brother were always insulting me and my intelligence and all that. So I had some, additional help in making me feel like, you know, I was like never gonna amount to anything, and, you know, just be like a loser all my life. I don't know. That's just how I'm just expressing what that felt like for me, you know, or like how anyway, okay, so after, okay, so my mom is still with this guy, you know, they've had a really good marriage. This last guy, his name's Roger, and they're happy, you know, they're finally, she found somebody that's, you know, where they click and they have the same interests, and they built like a business together, a jewelry designing business, so they're doing they did okay, you know, and they both had really bad relationships, you know, both of them had very similar histories, you know, with the opposite sex. They just, you know, met the wrong people, and, you know, so they had like a lot in common, and they met at the jewelry company that they both worked for. So anyway, okay, so they're still together, and I guess they're happy still, you know, and my little brother lives in Seattle. He does like graphic design. He's always been like really smart, and he just always kind of like, he never had the same problems I did, you know, with like employment, and, you know, he just whatever that kid did just turned out good, you know, like he's very creative, and I mean, he's like one of them kids that can like, you know, learn how to like fix it or rebuild a whole engine, you know, and like do anything on a computer, you know. He's really lucky, like compared to, I just feel like, you know, I just totally like messed up my life, you know. You know, and yeah, so anyway, so he's doing pretty good, you know. He's pretty much, I mean, he's not doing good in the, like, with the opposite sex. Like, I think he really wants a family now and stuff, but again, you know, we grew up without a dad, you know, so he's having these issues, you know, too, with relationships, because we didn't have that intact family where he had a father, and, you know, so he's still got unresolved issues himself, and so he's not doing very well with women, but in general, he's pretty successful as far as, like, you know, his career, and, you know, in that department, he did really well, and he's pretty responsible and all that, you know. And anyway, so then, okay, I don't know how many years ago this was now, but my mom went back. She took a trip back to Hungary, right, to find her other two boys. And she found them, you know, and they all, like, my brother went with her. He's the golden child. You know, I'm kind of like the black sheep, the scapegoat, you know, and he was the golden child. So anyway, so they went back, and they found the other two boys, and my mom, like, helped them come over to the US too, so that now both of them are in the US, and they both married, and, like, surprisingly, they turned out pretty good despite having that abusive dad, you know, like, because they were, you know, neither of them became abusers or anything. They turned out to be pretty decent, you know, guys. They both married and had kids, and, you know, and, like, one of them unfortunately has brain cancer, and I don't know if he's gonna be around too long. And but the other one is doing good. I should probably tell people their names, but I don't know, I'm bad about that, like not telling. I don't know what it is with me and not saying people's names, like that I'm talking about. It's like, anyway, so what else? I guess that's it for this. I'll have to come back and, do some more later. Alright. Bye.